What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at last night's games. We had the Eagles take on the Buccaneers and the Rams take on the Bengals. We're going to be taking a look at these games, see what happened and what their playoff chances still are and who really stood out to me. So first up, we got the Eagles who took on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Eagles are now 3-0. Very impressive start to the year, though I think we expected this from them. And Tampa Bay put up 11, which is all right on the Eagles. The Eagles have a great defense. But a loss is a loss, and Tampa Bay was surprisingly undefeated before that game. But let's take a look at these stats here. Jalen Hurts didn't have the best game. He played good enough to get the win, but 2 interceptions. He's going to need to fix that up a little bit. And yeah, I was watching the game, and I don't know, he just made some questionable passes. I'm sure he'll be fine. He's a great quarterback. But 277 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions. Decent stats, but he's got to fix up the interceptions a little bit. Baker Mayfield, 15 of 25, 146 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. So for Baker, he's in an interesting situation. He was moved around between all those different teams. He was on the Rams. Before that, he was on the Browns. And now he found his spot on the Bucs, and he's the starter. Yeah, he played really good last night, and I was really impressed with him. He made some good throws. He had a high completion percentage. I think it was higher than Jalen's, actually. And here's the story of the game. These two right here, DeAndre Swift and A.J. Brown. Swift, 16 carries for 130 yards. That's like 8 yards a carry. That is really, really impressive. Rashad White was struggling a little bit, 14 carries, 38 yards. And then in the receiving end, A.J. Brown, 9 receptions for 131 yards. That's really impressive as well. That's like 15 yards a catch. That's very good. And Mike Evans for the Bucs, 5 receptions, 60 yards, and a touchdown. So that looks like decent stats, and it is. But here's the thing. If you watched the game, you would know he dropped a lot of easy completions, and I feel like it would be a different game if he caught some of them. So Mike Evans was struggling at the beginning. He did get into a rhythm towards the end of the game, but he dropped quite a few passes. And yeah, that's that game, Eagles, Buccaneers. Now we're going to look Rams, Bengals, a rematch of the Super Bowl 2 years ago. And here we go. Matthew Stafford, 18 of 33, 269 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. So that's actually really similar to Jalen Hurts' stats. Like really, really similar. And Joe Burrow had a rough game, but 259 yards, no touchdowns. That's the big story. And an interception. Look at this here. Rams went up 3-0. They got outscored in the second quarter, outscored in the third, and then they outscored them in the fourth. But the Rams lost 16-19. Game-winning field goal at the very end. Mixon had a solid game, 19 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown. Kyren Williams, 10 carries, 38 yards. Puka Nacua, the surprise that no one thought this guy was going to be good, but he is actually playing really well. 5 receptions for 72 yards. And then we got Jamar Chase on the other end, an incredible wide receiver. 12 receptions, 141 yards. That is very, very good. So, yeah, this is Rams-Bengals, 19-16. Let's take a little bit closer look at the stats here. Tutu Atwell got a catch for 22 yards. Stafford, oh wait, no, this is carrying. Tutu Atwell got a carry for 22 yards. Stafford ran for 7 himself, and Van Jefferson ran for 1, but it was mostly Kyren Williams there. Puka Nacua, big on the receiving end, but then also the tight end Tyler Higbee had a great game, 5 receptions, 71 yards. Tutu Atwell, 4 receptions, 50 yards. Van Jefferson, Kyren Williams, and then Ben Skoranek got 1 catch. And if we go to the defense, let's just look at this for a minute. I'm going to go back to the Eagles game in a second to look at their defense, but the Bengals defense played really well yesterday. Here we go. 1 sack for Aaron Donald, half a sack for Byron Young. Go down here, half a sack for him. I could have sworn there was another person. Oh, here. Akella Witherspoon, the former Steeler player, got an interception. And yeah, that's pretty much it there. But this is for the Rams. Now let's switch over to the Bengals because their defense was amazing. Joe Mixon. Yeah, we already know this. Here, Joe Burrow rushed for 3 carries, but -2 yards, so didn't do much on the ground. He's not the most mobile quarterback, but he can definitely get out of the pocket and get some yardage. But look at these defensive stats. A sack for Daxton Hill, a sack for Sam Hubbard, 2 interceptions for Logan Wilson. Logan Wilson by himself has more interceptions in this game than the Rams do all year for their defense. A sack for BJ Hill, a sack for DJ Reader, and yeah, that's pretty much it for their defense. So their defense played really, really well yesterday. And yeah, let's go back to this Eagles game and check out their defense and the Bucks defense and see where the Bucks went wrong here. Here we go, Eagles. Yeah, we got that. Oh wait, let's look at their passing. Why not? Olamide Zacchaeus. He had some huge catches in some very clutch times when they were 3rd and long. The game was looking like the Bucks could come back. He made some incredible catches. Dallas Goedert, 5 receptions, 41 yards. He's a great tight end. Devonta Smith had a solid game, not his best, and DeAndre Swift got a catch as well. Kenneth Gainwell and Jack Stool did as well. Defense. Let's look at how the defense did here. Okay, Reed Blankenship. He was all over the place. He's a great safety, right? Yeah, I think he's a safety. 6 tackles, 1 assist, and an interception. He played very well. For sacks, Marlon Tuipulotu got a sack. Jalen Carter got half a sack. Fletcher Cox got half a sack. Yeah, their defense didn't play incredible, but it was good. The D-line was holding up all night long, and they were getting a couple sacks every once in a while, but they were pressuring Baker the whole time. Baker, okay. Now for the Bucks, Rachaad White. Not much in the running game. Rachaad White was the only one that got anything, and even him, not very good. So they only had 41 rushing yards all game, which is very below average. Mike Evans, big catches. Chris Godwin played well. Rachaad White, he had almost more receiving yards than he did rushing yards. Kate Otten got a big catch. Trey Palmer. Devin Tompkins got 2 catches. Here we go. Defense. Sack for Levante David. Interception for Devin White. Their defense played really well, actually. An interception for D. Delaney. What else do we got here? Absolutely nothing. Okay. So, yeah. Their defense played good enough. It wasn't really the defensive problem that they lost this game. I think it was more the offense couldn't really get going on the run game mainly. Rachaad White, their top rusher, and he only got 38 yards. So, that's going to be it, though. Thank you all so much for watching. If you made it this far, be sure to subscribe, because we're aiming for 50 subscribers. I don't know when, but just at some point. See you guys in the next one. Peace.